Hello, Anytime here. Today, I will show you the part 2 recap of Blue Exorcist. Watch out and take care. Shura announces that she has been sent to find out if the son of Satan is in that school, and the blue flame on Rin confirms it. She meets with Mephisto to ask why they are hiding the son of Satan, and asks Rin to meet her in the investigation room. She tells him she was Shiro's apprentice, and Shiro was told to take care of him, but her mission is to kill him as a son of Satan. She starts fighting him after taking away his sword, and calls Shiro a coward. Angrily, Rin speaks. He insists his father isn't a coward, and he will be a paladin and destroy Satan. She realizes Shiro was raising a son. She releases him and asks him to get stronger and fight her for his sword. As a result, Rin decides he will get stronger and be like his father. Upon arriving at the school the next day, he finds out Shura is now their instructor. Following their summer break, the kids are taken for a 3-day drill where they are asked to capture a peg lantern. During the hunt, some demons attack them and Shiemi collapses. While saving her, Rin emits his blue flames, but luckily for him, none of the students see him. They get to the giant lantern and Ryuji explains that the lantern gets lit at night and hunts females. They can't think of a way to take it across the river, so Rin carries Shiemi to lure the demon and the river. Then, another of their classmates captures it. However, they capture it, but the bridge breaks and opens up a terrible demon who captures Rin immediately. Ryuji helps him out. He appreciates Ryuji, but Ryuji tells him they have the same purpose. His friends also support them, saying they will all work to kill the devil. They return to Shura, who has sent Yukio to defeat some of the bugs. Shiemi feels weird and can't explain what's wrong with her, and Amaimon comes to attack them again. Shura attempts to call for help, but it's impossible as they cannot call any of their emergency lines. She builds a safe place for her students and tells them to stay there. However, Shiemi goes to meet Amaimon. It turns out that the bug has laid inside of her. Shura gives Rin his sword back. He goes to meet Amaimon. At the same time, Shura goes for Amaimon's familiar. At first, Rin refuses to fight, but his friends Ryuki and Ko come for Amaimon. Amaimon defeats them, and Rin gets angry. He unsheaths his sword and uses his blue flames in public. He defeats Amaimon, and when another of his stepbrothers come to take Amaimon away, he breaks into their house. He could no longer control his powers. He also damages his sword. Shiemi recovers her strength, hugs him, and he regains his senses. Meanwhile, Angel, a paladin of the Vatican, arrives to take Rin away. Shura tries to protect Rin, but it's impossible. Eventually, Angel takes Rin, Shura, and Mephisto to the Vatican for judgment. On the other hand, Yukio explains to the students that his brother got to know he was a demon about 3 months ago, and his sword that just broke was what they used to keep his powers. Ryuki tells them Yoshikuni carved the blade, so they decided to go there and find out if it can be repaired. As they reach there, the priests tell them she needs a sacred chant, so Ryuki remembers a nail left after Satan attacked his temple. They go for the nail, and after defeating a demon, they get it. In the judgment room, where they debate whether Rin is a tool or a threat, Amaimon arrives to get revenge for his defeat. Mephisto tells them to test Rin, which Amaimon, and find out if Rin will protect the earth or support Satan. His classmates, except Koneko, repairs his sword and gives it to him. The judge accepts Amaimon's bet and gives Rin 6 months to become an exorcist. However, his friends, especially Koneko, whose parents was killed by Satan when he invaded the temple 16 years ago, started fearing Rin. He has to go on extra pieces of training, and Shura asks him to direct his blue flames to light the candle. He's successful and keeps trying. One night, a demon, Nagufu, appears to Koneko to feast on his fear for Rin. That same night, Kamiki meets Rin, where he's practicing and advises him to direct his flames with confidence so he will control it. She also tells him he isn't the first half-breed demon, so he should stop feeling like an outcast. Koneko succumbs to the Gufu and he gets possessed. Also, Mephisto notices a demon in their school, so he tells the students to search the barriers. Rin sees the Gufu inside Koneko and tries to attack. His colleagues mistakes that he's attacking Koneko while searching for barriers. Shura takes the back door out of the academy and sees a laboratory prohibited by the Vatican. Eventually, Ryuki finds out his friend has been possessed, and Koneko, under the demon, tries to attack Rin. Eventually, Rin saves Koneko and destroys the demon. As a result, Koneko decides to drop out, but Rin tries to convince him and the students reconcile. Shiemi finds out Kamiki's birthday is near, and they prepare a surprise party for her. During the preparation, Rin makes a Christmas cake instead of a birthday cake. They dash it out and start another preparation. Kamiki finds out and calls it unfair. She decides that everyone whose birthday has passed should be celebrated too. During the ceremony, Yukio confides in Shiemi that they don't know their birthdays, and their father has always evaded the conversation until he tells them he found them on a snowy day. While there, Yukio receives a call that their temple has been attacked. Upon getting there, they see the person using a spider web to capture people, and he's looking for the devil's son. Rin decides to fight, but his brother convinces him otherwise. They return to school, and Yukio sedates Rin to sleep so he won't use his powers. On the other hand, this masked attacker kidnaps some of Rin's classmates. Shura begs Yukio to release Rin, but Yukio insists Rin is his brother and he will protect him. He leaves to release the students, but he's captured too. When Rin wakes up, he sees Shura, who pleads with him to learn to control his fire first. Meanwhile, Angel returns from the Vatican and arrests Mephisto over suspicion of being involved in the artificial laboratory behind his school. The masked man kidnaps Shura too, and Rin gets there. He controls his blue flame to melt just the spider web, and he releases his friends. Shura goes after the masked man, but Newhouse stops him. He tells him the woman is his wife. Yukio is depressed that he's unable to protect his brother. Rin goes home to release the people at the temple, while a man comes to meet Yukio. The man, Ernst Egin, the twins' grandfather, and tells Yukio about their mother, Yuri, who died at the hands of the True Cross to protect the kids. He tells them he's away from them because he doesn't want the Vatican to find them. But now that Mephisto has been arrested, he has to do something. On the other hand, Newhouse tells them the woman is his wife, Michelle, who has died but was quickened by demons and possessed. Michelle falls into Shiemi's garden, and Shiemi saves her. When Rin arrives, Michelle attempts to kill Shiemi, but Rin controls her. Angel arrives again to kill Michelle, but Rin jumps in to save her. Realizing he's good, Michelle sacrifices her life to save him. The Vatican calls an emergency meeting. Ernst becomes the head of the True Cross, and Yukio the Academy's leader. Ernst tells Yukio they want to defeat the devils, and they will turn Rin into a human, so he accepts. They take the students to defeat all the demons in the forest. During the mission, Yukio kills a helpless demon, which angers Rin, and Yukio insists they will kill every demon, including their familiars. Angrily, Rin activates his blue flames, and Yukio defeats him. He's taken to the prison, where he meets Mephisto, who tells him he has been arrested over a lab he had abandoned. Rin tells him it's not Newhouse that took over the lab, and Mephisto finds out it's one of his enemies. Meanwhile, Yukio doesn't know Ernst intends to kill Rin as a human sacrifice to lure the gate of the Gehenna. The devil's home opened. Yukio confronts Ernst while Shiro fights Angel so her students can save Rin. Ernst opens the door to Gehenna, and Rin's blood touches Yukio, waking up his demonic side. Satan tells him he will show him what happens, and he explains that Yuri, their mother, was a great exorcist who feels humans and demons can live in peace, so she is called the Witch of the Forest. One day she sees Satan looking very lonely. She gives him her body so he can experience the human world, and she gets pregnant. As a result, her father orders her to be killed. All the exorcists meet in the temple to kill her. It was the night of blue flames. That day, Satan came back to save his wife and children violently, thereby causing the murders. Shiro and Mephisto go to execute Yuri, and they see she has given birth to 2 kids. Unable to kill her, Mephisto puts Rin's powers in the sword, and Shiro adopts them. Satan possesses Yukio. Rin tries to stop Satan, but it's impossible. Ryuki and the others attempt it too, but they are defeated. Shura also attempts to fight, but she fails. Shiemi and her familiar try their best, but Satan strangles them. Eventually, Rin comes out to call Yukio out of Satan. Hearing his voice, Yukio remembers he promises to protect Rin. He attempts to kill himself to defeat Satan, but Rin stops him. He speaks to him, and he remembers his memory, thereby repelling Satan. Unfortunately, Satan has other plans. He releases all the demons in Gehenna. The demons break the barriers and risk all the exorcists. The students decide that they can open the gate to the Vatican since it's still day over there, and the light will destroy the demons. At the same time, the twins, with the help of Kuro, Rin's cat, combining their powers to destroy the gate of Gehenna. Eventually, the 2 mission is successful. The gate of Gehenna gets closed, and the students destroy the demons around too. The twins return, and their friends hug them happily. Everything returns back to normal, and class continues at the True Cross Academy as normal. At the show's end, the twins visit their mother's grave for the first time, and they pay her homage. They return to school and continue as exorcists. Thanks for watching the recap. Kindly subscribe to our channel to get notified when we post the next recap. See you next time.